morning everyone. Today we are interviewing Jeremy Walker from Inspire Hypnotherapy. Jeremy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, and thank you for listening.
So Jeremy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey and what made you start up a hypnotherapy business for starters?
Yeah, I think my journey around personal development started when I first walked into a bookstore. I thought, well, my mission in life has to be happy. So I thought I'd study the guy that knows a lot about happiness, the personal development guru at the time, Anthony Robbins. So that was the first book I got, was one of his. And then read about 1,000 books on health, healing and behaviour over the next 10 years. And started into studying psychosomatic therapy, NLP, hypnotherapy, and now the DiMartini method as well.
Excellent. And whereabouts is your business based, and how do you tend to help people? Is it in person? Is it online?
Yeah, absolutely. So I help people predominantly in a one-to-one setting. My business is located in Brisbane, Queensland. And I also help people in my self-mastery and transformation group there as well, which is a community where people can come, post questions, get resources around health, healing, behaviour, addictions, and resolving psychosomatic problems as well.
So Jeremy, a lot of people have some addictive habits in their life that they would like to overcome. What are some of these addictions that you tend to see most in people's lives, and what can people do to overcome them?
Yeah, so I think addictions can come in a lot of different forms. We could be addicted to smoking, addicted to another person, even addicted to things like shopping, gambling, alcohol, drugs. It can come in so many different forms. And I think the thing I always look at with an addiction versus just a bad habit is, do we have the ability to say no to that thing? When that situation comes where we think this is really causing a problem in my life, whether it be a health problem, a relationship, or we suddenly broke because of that addiction, that's when it becomes a problem. And if we can't say no to that, that's where we have to look at it and go, right, I've really got to do some work on this and really get back that control. So some of the ways I guess we can start to overcome those addictions is to find out what we're really looking for in life. Is it a situation in your life where there's maybe doing a job you don't like, in a relationship that's really not working, in a family situation that's not working, and start to make those changes in overall life. But really importantly, from an addiction point of view, is to work out what you're actually getting from that addiction. And you can do that either by self-reflection or going and seeing a therapist, but finding out what you really get from it, and then seeing if you can get that from another source.
Very good. So what does a consultation with you look like?
Yeah, so you get to know a little bit about the person and their lifestyle. We'd ask you a bit about your goals and what you're looking for in life. Also isolating any challenges that might be going on at the time. We discuss a bit of information about hypnotherapy and the DiMartini method and what to expect by me taking you through those processes. And then we go through those processes themselves in that session. Would you like me also to share a bit about how hypnotherapy and the DiMartini method works?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So hypnotherapy is a feeling of deep relaxation, but it's also a feeling where we're still aware at the same time. So really similar to when we're halfway asleep, when we're just on that edge of waking and sleeping, that's really similar to a hypnosis feeling. And hypnosis actually works by changing at the unconscious level. Just like we don't think deliberately a lot of the thoughts we have every day, they just kind of come into our awareness, like the way we don't think what dreams we're going to have before they happen. Hypnosis works at that level where we change without having to think about it too much, where it becomes just something that's an automatic sort of thing. A good example might be, there was a case where a gentleman was really afraid of bees, went to a picnic, it was about 5 days later, and he used to have a massive phobia. The bee was buzzing around his head, he just gently swatted it away, and his family that were there with him were just totally gobsmacked that he had this reaction instead of having a phobic attack. It was just, okay, didn't even notice. So really helping us to change our perspective to a new perspective.
Excellent. So Jeremy, one of the things I've admired about you over the years is how many strategies you seem to have to help help to organise your mind and to overcome any of the blocks that you find come up for yourself in your life around your emotions, around behaviours. So, difficult question, perhaps, but what are some of those strategies that you have put in place over the years? How does your brain work?
Yeah, I'll share that as best as I can. What a question, how does my entire brain work? I'll share a few ideas and hopefully link them together there as well. The first thing that pops to mind when thinking about this sort of thing and organising our mind, but also in breaking addictions and in behaviour as well, is to just not be perfect. For example, yesterday I really felt like having a bit of chocolate. I haven't had any chocolate for about a month. I had it, tasted amazing, it felt good, but I already know today and this whole rest of this week is going to be right back to clean living, eating real foods and getting back into that sort of mode. So just allowing ourselves to have natural expression, allowing ourselves to be who we are, and finding that place of self-acceptance. I guess in thinking about how I came to that place where I can just accept who I am for what I am, it does take a bit of work sometimes. And whatever part of us we're resisting, or whatever part of us we feel like isn't working, that part can actually start to run our lives. There was an example in myself where I used to fear that people would perceive me as being weak, or fear that people would see me being uncomfortable and being weak. And when I really own that inside myself, that I can say there's times when I'm weak, times when I'm strong, it doesn't own me anymore. And instead of me getting into that mode where it runs me, it's just, it's true on both. There's times when I'm weak and times when I'm strong. And if you can find that way to get to that point of natural acceptance, that's a really valuable thing. Some of the other things I do around, say, compulsive behaviours, I did a lot of research actually. I've probably tried myself about 8 to 10 different types of addictions, and I did a lot of research into them. When I used to take drugs, I would actually go onto websites and study all the good effects and all the bad effects. So you know what you're getting in for. I know what I'm looking for from a getting high point of view, I knew what I was looking for from that point of view, and also knew what the downsides were going to be as well. So I wasn't living in a bubble where I didn't know what was going on. And whenever I did any sort of behaviour that was unhealthy in the past, I'd always say to myself, righto, this has gone on a little bit too long, and I'd go 6 months totally clean living. And there was times when I used to smoke weed or smoke marijuana for a couple of years at a time. And I thought, well, that's gone on way too long. Well, 6 months, no drugs at all. And I think one of the things that really helped me there is I always had that focus on living for the future. So not taking away from the past and having an experience in the moment, but always having that focus on what's going to happen tomorrow. So wanting to look after tomorrow as well as today as well.
So as you can see, we've got a fantastic human being in front of us with a great business.
Fantastic half the time.
Who can help a lot of us through our addictions, any things that we need to overcome in our lives. One of the fantastic experiences that I've had was being put into one of my deepest meditations ever by Jeremy, and that's been the experience of a lot of my clients now as well. So I urge you to reach out to Jeremy. Jeremy, how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can get in touch with me via the website, www.inspirehypnotherapy.com. You can also reach me on our contact number, which is 1300 089 099. And for people that are new to this sort of work or hypnotherapy, I do offer free half-an-hour consults as well. So you can come in, learn a bit about me and what I'm about, and have that experience of I guess without having to invest right into the program initially, just to get an idea of what it's all about.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeremy.
Right, thank you very much, Jared.
Have a great day.
Bye for now.